And we in here. Y'all already know what it is. Big Facts Podcast. We got something serious tonight. We got something very serious. And this is actually something that I myself wanted to make happen because I want to know this. I'm not going to give my belief quite yet. But we about to talk about this. Will your horoscope actually lead you in the right direction? Should you put any real stock in your horoscope? That's what we're talking about tonight. Let's get to it.
Oh yeah. Kid one down the track, dog. Fang the stained eye. Bishop James. Rest in peace, in Tennessee. Hold up. I'm the flame of the city. Yeah. The flame of the city. So we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city. The flame of the city. Wow. Yeah. Dry tears run down, only I can see them. My smile ain't for real, only my mama see it. A city flame in a third world. Heat on, cause I need to live long in this cold world. Certified style, was a wild child. Burned down the whole town, like oh now. Set tripping when the X kick in. I'm working hard like a Mexican. And I'd rather be alone right now. But every girl in my phone hold me down. Rock with me, I be on loud. We styrofoam, $200 cologne. Like Sweet Jones, yeah. And when you call on me, I'll be there. It feel good, cause I'm living as the flame of the city. Yeah, I'm the flame of the city. Flame of the city. So we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city. Flame of the city. The flame of the city. Wow. Yeah, I still.
Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know just what it is. Y'all know how we doing this. Shout out to Omen Watches. As you seen on the commercial, just do what it say and you will be just fine. You will be just fine. To the two debaters, if you see a video on the screen and it doesn't mute your mic, then just know people can't really hear you because the video there. I want to show love to Lil Homie. Thank Florida. It's time for us to start putting out real artists. Listen to this shit. This that boy Key West. Fuck with him.
I done seen it all, not surprised when they show me they fake. They say it's love, but don't know what it take. How you want love, but don't know what it take.
See, I think we got one.
Go, brand new apartment, I'ma still trap out it. Told the bitch I just want to head nobody. Then told my girl I ain't fucking nobody. Dope game hit and get a whip, customize it. Trophy in the street, throwing tent on the Mazda. Used to eat the ramen noodles with the hot pocket. All the fame cap when they rapping about bodies. Rappers ain't drop shit but hot garbage. Came with a broom, sent him to the room. You reach for my chain, you gon' hear a boom. I know what's up next, I'ma zoom. So stop all that faking shit, tell the truth. I gotta keep my circle like the dot on the eye. Can't let them play me like a fool. I be the hottest side in like a couple months and they'll still hate on what I do. I drove a hot car through the ghetto, the police arrest. We still making moves. We did a whole lot just to get off the ground with this shit. Now I'm breaking it through. She wanna fuck the game cause the chain sitting every angle. She say it look cool. She did a whole thing in like half a night. I go in, I be up before 2. All in the studio sipping on toxic. My body get numb when I'm off the narcotics. Money the only thing get me excited. I be in my zone all alone on this island. Supposed to be doing lifetime locked away, but I made it a game of survival. Yeah, we had better days. I can't say what I seen and I never could tell on my rivals. Just keep it quiet. Creep on the slow, put the splat in the drive. Wait till you see a body, I Sipping expensive taste, this ain't wine, yeah. Pain in my soul, I can't take. Mud in my drink, Percocet to the face. I never trust them, I know they be fake. Probably why I never take her on dates. Pablo Escobar, I really do damage while toting the Drake. I know the odds be scarred, that's why they be hating, they stuck in one place. I tried to Pablo, I'm not a role model. I roll with some models and get them all baked. We smoking Zion in the back of the Uber, I'm telling you, this not your regular vape. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, I try to be positive, sometimes I can't. That little boy mentioning me and my brother, that little boy in trouble, we gon' get him spanked. A lot of scars on a broken heart, came from love or hard, not the same. Trapping the credit fraud, we been going hard on that boulevard with the gang. I can't be mad at y'all, I done seen it all. Not surprised when they show me they fake. They say it's love, but don't know what it take. How you want love, but don't know what it take. I'm going out with my dogs and all, I'm sliding, we tinted on the interstate. Don't try to act like you bout what you say, but I know that you not, that don't make it okay. She just don't give her that kitty to no little kids ain't stressing, I tell her I'm straight. They tell I'm sorry, I ain't mean it. Had to fuck on this bitch in this place, yeah. 5% tenant, we buy murder business. We up at it spinning, not leaving the witness. They talk like they with it, the shoot I go down and they never be in it. You not in the trenches. Cameras and robbers be riding with me and it's nothing. This hustling, we came up from nothing. Pull up on him and ain't never gonna be a discussion. I'm clutching, I see him, I'm busting. If she ain't bougie, she ain't mine, dog. I don't care what she say, man, she lying, dog. Pablo Escobar fucked up my wrist, got another bitch tryna come fuck, I just line them up. They keep tryna come look at my blunt, I don't fuck with that stuff, cause this weed get me high enough. In my feelings, if I call you out on some shit, I'm just saying you gotta stop trying stuff. Ain't no comparison. I drop out, you pick him up and carry him. In my city, rock.
Y'all know what that is. That's that boy Key West. Type in not Key West, but Key West. No T on it. One word, Key West, like a key and West. Shout out to that boy right there. But let's go ahead and get to it. Because I need to know. I truly need to know. This is very important. We're going to talk about tonight. As you can see, each person has their name on their screen. We got Zone Deuce coming straight from DC. Zone, what up?
What's good, AyO? What's good, Mr. TruthTeller? Good today, man. It's another good day.
What's up, AyO? What's up?
Yeah, we working. And that's y'all already know Mr. TruthTeller. Y'all seen him on the Patreon. I don't know what the fuck is going on my phone right here. Forced to do that. But what we're gonna do, and like I said, y'all know we got an hour to do this, so we have to get this out how it needs to be out. Each person is gonna have 5 minutes on the.
I done seen it all, not surprised when they show me they fake. They say it's love, but don't know what it take. How you want love, but don't know what it take.
See, I think we got one.
Key West, do not be asking in the comments, what's that rapper's name? His name is Key West, one word. Key West, the West has no T on it, and it's Key West, one word. Keywes. Now, each person's going to have 5 minutes in the first round, 10 minutes in the second round, and then we're going to have open discussion where you guys can call in. And we're going to get right to it. The question that I want answered is, are horoscopes / zodiacs useful? Can I look at my zodiac and look at what it says for my zodiac sign for that day, that month, or whatever, and it be accurate? Because Zone Deuce, you're new here, whatever like that, you're gonna have a chance to go first. Go ahead, get it off.
Oh, okay. I'm going first. I thought I was gonna go second. Okay. But yeah. So the purpose of the zodiac, your astrologies, is this. So to say that zodiacs aren't important or they're not a necessary part of our life would be almost like saying you're cutting off a part of your body. That's almost like saying, because in order to get a general basis for life and even our structure, there's a few major studies: astrology, astronomy, anatomy. Anatomy is the study of the body. Astronomy is the study of the stars and like phenomenal events and everything. But what is astrology? That really goes down into the zodiac. So astrology, we have to break it down really what it is in order to really dive into it. And I'm gonna make this real quick in the time we got. So astrology is the study of movements and the relative positions of celestial a celestial bodies interpreted as having an influence on human affairs and in the natural world, i.e., stargazing, sun moon gazing, the horoscopes, and et cetera, et cetera. Also, it's a type of divination that involves the forecasting of earthly and human events through the observation and interpretation of the fixed stars, the sun, moon, and the planets. So let's just pause real quick. Why you think a lot of these entities, whether it be the police, whether it be feds, whether it be the hospitals, whether it be anything, they don't really care about your name. They say, what's your birthday? Because based off your birthday, you already know what we have known as the Zodiac is also known to be a holistic state of the Zodiac, which if you go back and you look when they say the Zodiacs were used in the Babylonian times or the Mesopotamian times or even the times of Sumeria, but in the times of ancient Kemet, and I'm using the book of reference, the Temple of Man, and it's written by R.A. Schwaller de Luzabix. So hold on, can y'all see that? R.A. Schwaller de Luzabix, the Temple of Man. So this is Kemet. A lot of people call Egypt E-G-Y. E-G-Y is the corrupted Egypt. So a lot of times when we see like when they try to say, oh, the hidden darkness or the evils, that's when it's already been tainted. It used to be E-G-I, and they replaced the Y with I. And also the Kim and the Kemet. But in the Zodiac, this is what it says here. And these were in the temples. Now, mind you, this particular author, he has all the references and everything here, but just to be in the time frame, I'm just going to read what he said. Our history over the last 2,000 years have been one of dispersal, of scattering into the Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Moorish, and Vandal eras, the Holy Roman Empire, the Gothic influences, then the struggles for independence of the Christianized regions into national constitutions, whether French, Nordic, Austrian, Spanish, or other. It is with the arrival of the precessional age of Pisces, the Tower of Babel, that lacks the triangular foundation stone, that the temple ceased to be alive. Now that the temple is knowledge, that is the science of Genesis and cosmic harmony. Our history is made up of struggles of individual egoisms and of expediencies that lack the discipline of a conscious aspiration leading beyond mortal man. With the Christian period, humanity left the temple and climbed up onto the temple, as Greece and Rome show by their no longer placing their statues under the heavens, as in Egypt, but upon the columns and roofs. Indeed, with the Christic revelation, the natural and logical consequence of ancient Egypt, the Osirian cycle, thus the doctrine of the cycle of terrestrial reincarnation ends. The dogma of the redemption renders man independent of the obligations of this reincarnation. It is a promise that each must realize individuality. Therefore, it is a breaking up of the human grouping, for the church can only give general instructions. It can no longer guide man collectively, except by means of general moral directives, seeing that this man must realize Christ within himself through his own effort, an effort that the principle of cyclic reincarnation does not concentrate into a single lifetime. Long story short, with the knowledge that we had of the Zodiacs and everything, we had it based upon the science. We already know that we're living. We already know that we embody energy, that we house energies. We already know that there's different days, there's different months, there's different times of the seasons, there's different alignments in the stars. Every day is not the same. That's why some days you feel better than others. Some days you feel more brighter than others. It's just all in the balance or the change of the energies. And even with that being stated, that's the genesis of the empire that was actually in ancient Kemet. When it was taken over, when Rome and everyone else invaded, that's when you got the holistic nature of the Zodiacs, which Babylonians organized, which they said was in the first millennium. When they talk about the first millennium, they're talking about the first millennium after the first millennium, that is the official new age, the new dawn of a new rule that is out of the natural order when they established dominance in Kemet, switched the name to Egypt, switched everything once they, you know what I'm saying, had just the whole takeover, just to stay on topic. But the Babylonians organized a system, a astrological system of astrology, rising in the second millennium. Asura was a direct offspring of Babylonian culture, took place as one of the two chiefs of disposal priests were called by inspectors for ascertaining the will and intentions of the gods, and the others being through the inspection of lines of sacrificial animals. Meaning, when they switched up the whole meaning of the zodiac.
That's time.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's time. We got to stick to the time limit. And that's why we have to make sure that we have our stuff right to the point so we can get right to it, so that we don't get cut off. We'll allow you to finish that statement you were making, but y'all got to make sure y'all aware of the time. I'm going to start y'all on it easy so you can see it's 16 minutes. That's your time. That's 5 minutes. And it'll be the same for TruthTeller. You'll have 10 minutes next time. Go ahead and finish your thought.
With me? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So the last thing I was about to say was, yes, the zodiacs, based upon the way that we naturally have it, there's more components and more elements to it than what we know. Yes, it is helpful in your life. Yes, it is. It is not. It is not helpful if you're using it from the fragments. And I'll get into that. And I'll get into that in the part 2.
We'll do it. All right, TruthTeller, it's on you. We starting you at
17, 15, or
17:30. So you got till 21.
All right, I just want to lay down some quick key points. I'm gonna lay down a strong foundation. That's it. Okay. Zodiacs are derived, as we know, it go all the way back from Atlantis. So this is where the Gnostic texts come from. So these zodiacs have been known throughout history for over like 36,000 years old, as far as that's been documented. But it was passed down, of course, from the Atlanteans to the Egyptians. The zodiac that we have today is all out of order, because even though September is considered, what month is September considered today? Is it what?
The ninth month,
right?
Ninth,
but it's really not the ninth. It's really the 7th, because it comes from the Greek word septigo, which means 7. And November really is the 9th month, which is Nova, which is Greek. Now, some people say, oh, that's Greek. The Caucasians didn't know what the hell they were talking about. But guess what? The Greeks would talk about who? The Etruscans, which are a branch of the Egyptians. So the Greek language, the Greek language, of course, is an African language. Okay, so they knew what they were talking about when it comes to that. And then also December, it's not the 12th month. So you might think, shit, you a certain zodiac, but you ain't. Because December come from Deca. That's the 10th month. October, octagon, that's the 8th month. It's all messed up now. So what you think you is, as far as the zodiac sign goes, you really not, until you put the shit back in order. Now I'm gonna say this too. The zodiacs, they are what the Gnostics called the archons. And they were meant to manipulate you. And yet we supposed to have free will, right? But you get manipulated by a zodiac sign. So this show you what level of existence that we're on. We're not in our original state at all. We have fallen to a human level. That's not our original blueprint. I'm gonna say this too, because I'm at the build on this. Today, a lot of us, of course, we really look into the zodiacs. We really look into our horoscopes. And a lot of people really believe that these zodiacs is telling them their life or what's gonna take place and this and that. But I beg to differ. Because you got free will. You got choice. You get to choose on what you want to receive as far as the energy and not. This is a choice. This cosmic law. The law of free will. But yet, you got zodiacs that can manipulate you if you're vibrating low. We gonna get there. We gonna go into it. I don't even need 5 minutes. That's good for me. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead. That's my foundation. I'm ready to build.
You sure? You sure you want to use your time a little bit? You might be a little overconfident, brother.
I know what I'm talking about.
You might be a little overconfident because now I'm about to, okay, well, no, it's still your time. That's what I'm asking you, sure?
I'm positive. Go ahead. Yeah.
I love this. Okay, so where am I officially gonna start? Okay, at 21.
Yeah, go
so
ahead.
what you're saying?
Now you have time to actually go in and refute what he's saying and drop a little more base onto what you were saying at first. If you want to refute what he says, you'll have time to do that because you got 10 minutes. You can refute what he said and build some more.
Okay. Hold on. Me?
No, this is on zone.
Okay, wait.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna take the first 5 minutes refuting what you say, and then I'm gonna add on the next 5.
Okay.
So the reason why I'm gonna refute what you say, it's kind of like on the middle line. Because what you're saying, yes, it's truth. There is truth, and there's validation of what you're saying. However, that's only a half truth, my brother. You got to look at both sides of the coin. When you're talking about the zodiacs from the hellenistic nature, if you look it up, the hellenistic nature is when Ptolemy became ruling Egypt. Babylonian. So everything you're talking about, those zodiacs were made in order. I mean, that zodiac program was made in order to manipulate. You're right.
I went to the hold on. Let me just say this right quick.
Hold on. Now, this is his time. You gotta let him go all the way through with his 10 minutes.
Okay, go ahead.
Go ahead, go.
Now you're right.
Write down, Sean. Be writing down points of what he said. That stuff you want to refute, so you don't gotta remember. Okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I was saying this, and the reason why I was so stuck on it, because everything you saying, brother, I'm gonna show you where it's at as a debate, not to like pinpoint, but to say I see where you're at, and I'm gonna add the missing pieces. So I'm gonna add the missing pieces. You're referring to the hellenistic nature of the zodiac, which we all have been under. Hold on, brother. My turn. So the hellenistic nature of the zodiacs is only saying, okay, you're a Scorpio, your sun sign. That's all to know. You have to go back. Everything you were saying about the zodiacs and thing being nature true. Yeah, okay. But here we go. Right. Since you want to talk about the Akashic records, I'm going to use this book as reference, The Legacy of the Black Gods by Paul Simmons. Coming forth from the Akashic records. So everything you're talking about, all right? I'm going to go here to a point of reference right here. The esoteric and the exoteric. The zodiacs is part of the esoteric. The esoteric, you know that. The esoteric is the inner works. The exoteric is everything outside of ourselves. So to automatically say the zodiac is not important, you cutting off spirituality right then and there, brother. That's not our natural sense. As opposed to saying, let me find out what is the missing part or what was the part, since we already know Kemet got betrayed and we already know that we got taken over. A lot of our knowledge has been backwashed against us to the point that where they have it, they're hiding the knowledge in front of our face under devil. Just like you said, free will is a choice. Yes. Just because you have a gun, does that mean that you're evil? Or is it the intention that you do with the gun? Or just because you have a platform to speak, does that mean you're going to speak positively or negatively? That is the most important thing with free will. It is the choice to commit good or to commit evil, but it's the intention. It's not necessarily the act. So again, back into the Akashic records for the zodiac, the full breakdown where they never taught us. The day that you're born and the time that you're born. We already know whatever season you're in, that's the season. Whatever time you was born, the moon was in that placement. Whatever whatever your season, the moon was also in that placement at night. The moon moves every 3 days. Then you also have the timing is your rising. The timing is the sign. So everyone has a triangle of zodiacs. A breakdown, just like when you were saying with the Anunnaki and the scepters. Yes, this physical body that we all have, we were all in on it. All the ancients were in on this physical body. But what we talked about on the ancient documents and on the tablets was saying that we knew that this is a game, and we gave ourselves the records of how to break out of the game. We were deceived for this game. And what happened is the other opposition is saying, no. We cannot sustain ourselves like you on the higher frequency levels. We need to keep this shit going. This is the highest level we've been at. So that's why they dumbing us down, having to use all the information and knowledge against us, And the true knowledge and information of the Zodiac is not here. To say what is the Zodiacs, to break us down and how can it help in your life. Did you know all the 12 Zodiacs is all elements? You know the number 3, 6, 9, the magic, the magical squares, all roots are saying 12 is 3, my brother. 3, 6, 9 is the magic number 3. Each 12 Zodiac, the Greeks back then, when they used the Zodiac for them, when the Babylonian, the Hellenistic time, that's when you see in all the old movies, it was like, okay, we had the foresight that this was a god. This was the one that could change or kill the king or kill the ruler. And this is the one that was for this. That's why they always had the priest. And it was, this one we're going to kill. This one we're going to keep, whatever. Long story short, back into this. The Zodiac chart is basically saying where your spirit was previously, what you already experienced, why you're in this incarnation now, why you're in this life, what keeps you stuck, what keeps you going forward and backwards. But it's hard to move forward and hard to keep it going forward unless we know all the components. Everything we're talking about, Zodiacs, the whole world is ran by this. Corporations, institutions, celebrities, ceremonies, sacrifices, everything is ran off the Zodiacs, even your birthday. So to say that it's evil and being manipulated, if anything that is a half truth or you don't have information, yes, it is being manipulated against you until you find out what it really is. And even if you don't know what it really is, you use all of the keys that you find out to really get those answers. You meditate yourself, brother. You meditate. You go to the higher realms of the astral planes. But do you not think your astral planes or your meditations have been manipulated based upon the information that has only been limited or relevant based upon what you know, or the restrictions or limitations? I don't believe in good or evil. I believe in energy, because even in all the ancient texts, they say light came from darkness. Darkness is the true potential root of everything, because it is the potential. So now they hide the truth in the darkness and try to scare us with it when they try to, paint it with a little extra. That is not our culture, original culture. They put their culture, they put whatever barbaric, savage culture above our knowledge. And it's already been predetermined. If you don't believe me, you can go predetermined way back. I mean, any reference you want is going good. You know what I mean? So I'm just gonna stop right there on that part, because
there we are. Okay. All right, TruthTeller, it's on you.
All right, let me go to the origin of these here things. It's beyond Hellenic, whatever you call it, Hellenistic. With them Greeks, how they twist this shit up. It goes further back than that. You got to go to the origin of it. Okay?
I just did.
Hold on. No, you ain't digging that deep. Now I'm finna go to the root. I'm finna pull it out the root. Okay. Whenever we were being made in our original blueprint, in our atom cabinet, or our heavenly body, we were made, our solar body was made from the Zodiacs, as well as what they call the demiurge or jinn or demons.
Or vision, yes.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And at that time, us, the atom cabinet, we had all of their powers simultaneously. And they got jealous. Okay. And of course, the so-called one and only bloodthirsty God, he created a counterfeit spirit, which is the ego. So now your soul goes to sleep. And now what you used to rule over and you used to manipulate them, they now manipulate you. These archons, aka Zodiacs. Think about this, right? Every part of your body, your arm, your leg, your head, all that, is on a certain place for a reason. That's because the Zodiacs are in a certain position. So if you were to move one Zodiac out out of order, then your damn head might be on your shoulder. That's the role it plays. So it plays a major role. What I'm saying is that today the Zodiacs have been used to manipulate us. They've been used against us. Whereas once you're in your higher self, or you've raised the Kundalini, now those Jesus 12 disciples, or those 12 tribes of Israel, those 12 Zodiacs, that's what it's talking about in the Bible. When it's talking about 12 disciples, because these, and the word disciple, it really means discipline. They need to be disciplined. These 12 Zodiacs need to be disciplined, but you can't discipline them because you're in the mortal body. So you got to get in your solar body. And once you're in your solar body, now you can discipline their ass. And there's 12 of them. And they all correspond with your 12 DNA strand. So this is why you have power, or this is why you are the king of kings once you're in your higher self. But you can't do that unless you raise the cosmic current, Kundalini. So we all being robbed. We all being manipulated by the damn Zodiacs. Because it tell you in the Gnostic text that the AKA Zodiacs or Archons, they got jealous when they saw that we were smarter than they. Even the demiurge or the jinn or demons or damians, whatever word you want to use, they got jealous. Okay, so right now they are your enemy because they are manipulating you. How the hell are you supposed to be God? And the Bible says, "Ye are God's children are the Most High God," and the scriptures can't be broken. That's what it said in the Bible, but yet you being manipulated by them Zodiac signs. Then the Holy Quran say, and Allah told the angels to submit, and all the jinn to submit. But shit, they all submitted except who? The jinn. They submitted to the black man that was made out of mud. But why? Because we are the God. It's just that simple. But yet the damn archons or the Zodiacs are manipulating you. What kind of shit is that? So you living other than yourself.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. You said so much stuff. I'm gonna get right to it quick. You just regurgitated a lot of information, my brother. I swear you did.
Yes. You know what? Hold on. Let me tell you something. Wait, it's still my turn. Hold on. It's still my turn. Wait. Let me say something. That's because this is for the masses. This is for the audience. Of course, we had a little quick conversation, but this is for them. This is for the audience. This ain't for you. This is for the audience. This is for the people. Okay.
Of course.
So I gotta bring it to them. We gotta
help the audience, of course.
Look. All you gotta do is go into the Nag Hammadi library, and you will see what our ancestors talked about. And the same shit that I'm saying is in the Nag Hammadi library. A lot of people don't know nothing about no chakras, don't know about no Kundalini, so they don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Okay? They don't know nothing about being in their higher self. They don't know nothing about awakening the God within or the light body. They don't know nothing about none of that shit. All they know is something about going through the newspaper, looking at the Zodiac sign. Oh, what my horoscope say today? But they don't know the origin of the shit. And they don't understand that is manipulating you, the average person.
So now both of y'all have had y'all rounds. Now we did the 5, we did the 10. Now, if you are a lieutenant or better on the Patreon, you do have the call-in number. But until y'all call in, I will ask the questions. All right. What I want to know is, this question is for Mr. TruthTeller. When you say that they are misleading us, you're speaking on manipulating. You're saying the Zodiac is doing that.
Right. The Zodiacs can manipulate you if you vibrating low.
So if I'm in Aquarius and I look at the Zodiac, the horoscope for today for the Aquarius, when it tells me something, it's telling me that to get me to do what it wants me to do. Are you saying that the Zodiacs are demons?
No, the demons come from the Zodiacs, the jinn. That's according to the Hermetica by Walter Scott. We talking about a book that was written by Enoch. Okay? We talking about a book that was written by Thoth the Atlantean or Tahuti.
We got
Yeah.
books too. What you talking about? We got references too, my guy. I just can't wait to. Okay, what are you talking about?
All right, and so you're saying that they're misleading us and manipulating us. So
Because
would
they know who
it,
you are.
But how do they know who you are if they don't know your birthday? How are they okay. If yes, what you're saying is truthful. This is not a debate to say you're wrong and I'm right. This is a debate to say there's some information that you're missing. You are right. People should not be dependent on the zodiacs unless they have a true spectrum to not be manipulated. You're right. But let me ask you a question. Just like in life, we think of as above, so below, like it's so different. Like it's so, okay, when we hear that, it's so different. If you around your friends and you have friends and they know that you not yourself, you don't think your friends are going to play with you, mess with you just to get you back on your 10. The zodiacs and spirits do the same thing. In the book, like you want to go back to the book and
That's the
references.
ego.
No, but let me get this real quick.
Go ahead.
Everything you said, I initially said in the beginning. So I'm giving the reference. In the Temple of Man by R.A. Schwaller Delujabix. All these were he'll we ain't got time to go through the breakdown. He already said because of the Christianic. Okay, so everything you keep saying Greek. This is
I keep saying Atlantis, Egypt.
But let me
Go
finish.
ahead,
Okay,
I'm going to the origin. I told you I'm going to the roots.
Now,
I'm going to the roots.
You can't give me the respect to finish. That's
Go ahead.
You put words in my mouth, though.
But that's what I'm saying.
You put words in my mouth.
It's in the action, brother. It's in the
Yeah,
action.
but you still put words in my mouth. Go ahead,
I let you speak calm. I had my jittery moments, but I was silent because I already knew my facts were going to come through. Now, when I'm trying to speak, you're trying to overtalk me and keep saying knowledge.
What he's saying.
No, I know what he's saying. But I'm just saying.
Okay.
This is one of the things that's wrong with our people in a sense in a debate. We have to give each other respect. I gave you respect when you was talking to listen to everything you were saying. You have not done that with me.
You disrespect me by putting words in my mouth.
You're doing it again. I'm saying by your actions, your body language. Look what you're doing. You keep saying go back. You keep saying go back and look at references. We're doing the same thing.
So it's kind of like him saying. It's kind of like him talking and him saying, "Okay, Zone, you said that the zodiac signs are all correct and we should follow them word by word," and going in and talking about that. If you didn't say that, then you do need to say, hold on, I didn't say that. You understand? So that means that you will be making a straw man argument. You're making an argument to defeat, but he didn't say it. So he's saying he didn't say it was a Greek word. He said it was Aquarian and Egyptian. That's what he was saying.
I never said
Atlantean and Egyptian.
Okay. First of all, I never said he said it was a Greek word. I keep saying you keep referencing the Greek. Like you keep saying Greeks. You keep referencing that as a point of reference. And then you keep going back to the Akashic records. You keep going back to those records. I understand that.
I never said Akashic records one time in this whole video. Not one time did I mention the Akashic records.
Everything you talk about is in reference in those records. The tablets, again, let me speak real quick. Hold on. So what I'm gonna do when one is talking, I'm just gonna mute the other so we don't have that issue. Go ahead, Zone. Okay. So again, what I was saying initially. I said because of the beginning. That's why I initially broke down. I said, what is astrology? We have to know what it is. We're being manipulated because we don't know what it is. Based upon the takeover of Egypt, EGY. Everything that people look up EGY, PT, that's already the takeover. That's why I came in and said the EGI, Kemet, that's our natural. That's why I started off with our natural book, brother. Our natural, not corroded. That's why when I read the book, I'm going to keep my composure. It said our history over the last 2,000 years have been one of dispersal, of scattering into the Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Moorish, Vandal eras, Holy Roman Empire, Christianic, French, Nordic, Austrian, Spanish. Every zodiac that every religion knows that every zodiac composes back to the religion. It's Babylonian, Hellenistic. They don't even give us Egypt to go back as a regular point to find out, my brother. Everything you're talking about is post Kemet, Ptolemy era, when it was already invaded with the Greeks and the Romans. I'm talking before that. It already says in the tablets. We already knew this beforehand. Oh, all right. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you one simple question. If astrology and zodiacs, if astrology,
Zone, if you're gonna ask him a question, you're gonna have to let him answer.
Yeah. If astrology is not important, if it's not important, don't you think the fallen, right? We all talk about the great fall. Yes, our celestial bodies are way greater than this in the celestial realms, and even when we attune our bodies on the physical to greater evolutions of vibrations, there is no type of information that you can shut out at all, because once you shut out information, that's a limitation that you can't get over. So what we're doing is we're breaking the limitations. Why did back then all of our ancestors said they looked to the stars based upon when you was born, based upon when you came? They already knew everything. They knew how you was going to act. They knew what you was for. The doggone, we came from here, we came from there. It was stolen from us, so we cannot know what to do, know how to counter that.
Find our way home. That's right.
Yeah,
that's a good stopping point. Let's go ahead, TruthTeller.
First, let me say this. I never said that the Zodiacs was not important. I said they manipulate us. You've been putting words in my mouth for a minute now.
Oh, you're right. Okay? You're right. The content. Because earlier I said, yeah, you're right.
Okay, our ancestors studied the stars for a reason. All right. And I agree with you on that when it comes to astrology and studying the stars to understand like a person's function, like when they come on this planet. Okay, I agree with that. Now I'm going to mention the Akashic records, which I haven't mentioned yet. Okay, so you can look into a person's Akashic records. All right, and it'll line up damn near similar, if not similar, with the date of their birth according to astrology.
Hold, Mr. TruthTeller, 1 second. All right, dude, this dude right here. I need you to come on and come up front, and I need you to let me know who you're talking about. He says this dude into the beast 666, Aleister Crowley. He is the founder and the teacher. I want to know who he's talking about and how he knows that. If he does not have an answer, he will be blocked.
Who are you talking about? The guy that just posted that? You asking him that?
I'm
trying to see who he's talking about.
It's a good thing that he brought up Aleister Crowley name in it, because he is the reason why he's so revered, and just off topic, but he's so revered because he was the first one in modern times.
He said, "Do as thou wilt."
Right.
Hold on. No, Rich Poe. I want to know who you're talking about. Are you saying somebody here is with Aleister Crowley? Are you saying that someone here is a devil worshiper? That's what I want to see.
Aleister Crowley was into drinking blood and shit.
But he was a Satanist. He was a Satanist.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, never mind. He wants to go ahead. Continue. TruthTeller.
Truth. Yeah, truth.
Yeah. Anyway, I was in agreement with you on that when it comes to our ancestors using astrology to basically align it with the Akashic records.
What he wants to know is how do you feel like astrology is important, but the Zodiacs aren't? That's the question. Can you believe in astrology, and can you believe in astrology but not Zodiac and horoscopes?
They are important. I never said that. I said they manipulate us.
But if they manipulate us, then why would we want to pay attention to them?
If they manipulate us, why would we want to pay attention to them?
Because
you want to understand. Because you want to understand why you're doing certain things. You know what I mean? You want to understand why you feeling this way. You want to understand what makes you move and go.
Hold on. So you're saying that the Zodiac is accurate, so you can go to the Zodiac and it will tell you something about yourself?
No.
That ain't what I'm saying.
Hold on. I want to see here. Hold on. You're saying that I will look to my Zodiac to wonder why I'm doing certain things?
If you're vibrating low, they can't influence you. If you buy,
So
let me
you
tell you
No,
something. Let me
no.
tell you something
All
because
right, no, let me let
look.
me.
I'm supposedly an Aries, right?
uh-huh.
Everybody swear I'm a Sagittarius. Okay, because I don't act shit like Aries, you know. But
And that's what I was trying to explain. The part two, we are manipulated because you say you were Aries, and I'm glad you just added a point to my point. This debate was not to say who's right or who's wrong. The debate was saying if you don't know the knowledge, the way we've been taught astrology is wrong, but astrology is not wrong for you to need. And okay, you are an Aries based on the season. What time were you?
right.
Okay, but where was the moon? Where okay, your sun sign is an Aries. Where was the moon placed? Where was it at when you was born? That's your moon sign. So your wants, your needs, and your desires in life is an Aries, of the energy of an Aries. Your the way you emotionally react and handle things in situation, that's where the moon was. And then whatever time you were born, that is your ascendant or your rising. Those are the traits that people who don't know you, they guess what you are, or that's how you act when you're in an uncomfortable situation. When you're just testing the waters out and feeling things, you act in your ascendant. Those are just the three. That's just the pyramid of the base. That is how a person can look at their characteristics and say,
Right.
okay, that's how I
So
get along
easy,
with
right.
some Aries and some this Leo I get along with, this Leo I don't. It's because when were they born? Where was the moon placed at? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know a person's time, it doesn't really matter sometimes, as long as you know the moon, because you're like, okay, he's an Aries, but he acts like this, or he's an Aries, or he act like this, or she act like this, or those are the differences. And then each zodiac house is basically saying, let's say the 12 principles, just like they always use the code language in the Bible, in the Quran, in the Vedic text, in the Vedic scripts, because they always took our original and they took it for them to make themselves have a hero or have a culture. You know what I'm saying? You know the game, it gets passed on. We're playing hot potato. So then what they did was say, we take the 12 disciples, which is basically the 12 principles, just like the 12 universal laws, 12 cosmic laws. Those are the principalities. Each zodiac, yes, each zodiac, there's really 12, but they had the other 5 because 5 is also a magic number too. But that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But it's 12, and the reason why they have 12 is because each zodiac has a different energy. Each, just like you were saying, the elemental energies. Back in the day, our ancestors knew how to manipulate the environments. How do we find our tribes? How do we know we're the tribes? If you're a Scorpio, you're water, right? Or you're Pisces, water. You're Cancer, water. We're part of a water tribe. If you're Aries or Leo or Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you're part of a fire tribe. You know what I'm saying? You're more prone to handle those type of energies than opposed to people who, like, come on, what the fuck does a water motherfucker got to deal with fire? I mean, there's if we want to get technical.
Man, let me say this. All that shit. Let me just say this.
Hold on, son. If you want to call in, I'm making it clear to people. If you want to call in, you should know how to do that by now. Anybody that asks how do they call in, go ahead and block them. You go to the patreon.com and search AyO Consaco. If you're a lieutenant or better on the Patreon, you have the call-in number. If you don't know how to do that, you shouldn't be here. All right, go ahead, Zone. Finish up.
The last thing I was going to say real quick is, so the whole point of the debate for me was to say, as opposed to us telling people to, because that's how they play the game. They say, oh, go into spirituality, don't deal with zodiacs, but zodiacs goes hand in hand with spirituality. It's the same shit. It's a different portion, but it deals with it. As opposed, we need to teach our people the concepts of how it is used, because the zodiac, each house, it tells you energy never dies. Energy never dies. The physical body dies, but we live time and time before. That's how some people are the same age, but some are more mature than others. That's why some people go through certain experiences at a younger age, because they can really handle it, and some can't handle it. So this is a cosmic game playing on all levels. But the zodiac, the true zodiac, your astrological chart, it's called your natal chart. your birth chart, your natal chart. You type in your natal chart, it shows you your south node, where you came from, what you were, what traits you had in this life, where you're going. And you're right. When you don't know these things, like the way we're in depth about it, okay, at first, a lot of people only thought, you're right. At first, a lot of people only thought, okay, if the zodiac is only one-sided, it's manipulating you because that's only a fraction of yourself. However, with all the pieces together, now it adds the finalizations to the puzzle, to all the Akashic records, to all the to all the references that we've been reading our entire lives. It adds some of the fuel to that. You know what I'm saying? It adds the glue to that.
Okay, can I go in? Okay, let me say this. First of all, we are not the Zodiacs. No, ain't none of that shit. These are just mechanisms that we can use and information that we can use, okay, as means of using in its creation.
I never said we were the Zodiacs.
Yeah, you did. Okay,
Zone. Now you see what he was saying though. Now it don't feel good when somebody say word that you didn't say. See?
Right.
Nah, but I mean, once we rewind the video, we're gonna see certain things that was misconstrued because I never said that. All I said was we embody the energies. How can you?
No, you ain't say that shit, but you said it now though. Let me say this. Look,
go ahead.
Okay, let me say this.
Go ahead. TruthTeller.
My whole point with these zodiacs is that they are a means of manipulation. I ain't say they weren't irrelevant. They are most definitely relevant. Okay, let me just get that out the way. Okay, because they play a big role in our life.
No. You ain't say that in the beginning either. We can rewind this shit too. You didn't say that in the beginning either.
Yeah. You was kind of heavy on the side.
I said they are relevant. Look here. If the Zodiacs, look,
that's how I came off.
What did I say? Without the Zodiacs in the right position, your damn arm might be where your leg is.
That was after I broke it down.
That means that they relevant.
That was
okay. Not only that, hold on, let me finish. Man, I'm gonna let you go for about 10 minutes straight.
Hold on. Go ahead. Hold on.
It's all love.
Yeah, go ahead, TruthTeller. Go ahead.
Look, like I said, the Zodiacs are relevant. Never did say that. All I said, they manipulate us. That's it. That don't mean that they ain't relevant. Now, what I'm not, like I said, the whole point of me talking about the Zodiacs was to go into the origin of the Zodiacs. I'm trying to go to the roots and dig that motherfucker up. Okay, so you can understand why the Zodiacs influence us the way they do. Because we fell into, I don't give a shit about that. I'm talking about what I know. Have you ever risen your Kundalini? Huh?
2 times. 2 times.
Okay, so you ought to understand this thing.
I live this.
You ought to understand what I'm talking about.
This. You talking to a guy that lived this.
Okay, so you ought to understand what I'm talking about. But to the average, they're going to say that's some pseudo shit.
I understand what you're talking about, but you don't understand what I'm talking about. You're still trying to oppose me. That's the funny thing, brother.
No, I know what you're saying. But see, this is what I'm saying.
Go ahead, TruthTeller. We listening.
What I'm saying is that as long as you operate from the ego mind, shit, the Zodiacs, they're gonna continue to influence you. Shit, we influenced by other people's thoughts. We influenced by emotions. We not our original self. We not in our right state of being. Shit, that's just what it is. When you in this physical body, this grotesque walking septic tank shit, this ain't nothing glorified. This is not our original being. We trapped in the physical body, just like the Gnostics said.
Hold on. Big Facts Podcast. You on live with Zone, Deuce, and Mr. TruthTeller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
What's going on? That's Trouble Soul, man. Look at here. I'm calling from Columbus, Ohio. I had to basically call in because a lot of this I can relate to just based off of, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm a person that believes in auras. I'm a person that believes in energy. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, my thing is that, you know, when you react with certain people, you can tell where their aura is at. You can tell who they are as an individual before you even talk to them. Because their energy will end up, you know, it'll direct your way. You know what I'm saying? They say certain things and you'll catch it. You're like, hold Before you even get to really know a person, they'll tell you a few things. For me, one conversation that I have with an individual tell me who you are before I even get into deeper into you. You know what I'm saying? And that's just based off of the energy. You know what I'm saying? The energy, and I guess that's just because with me, I'm my sign is the Earth sign, so I'm one with the Earth. I'm one with the universe. This is how I feel. Like once I got away from everything and everybody, and I started to reevaluate myself and reevaluate people I was dealing with and what type of energy they had with them and seeing how bad their energy was. Once I got away from that and I cleared my head, I started to see people for, I start to, look out and see people's energies and auras and stuff like that. Like I said, you could just say a few things to me and all rip, I know what's going on with you. I don't even want to be bothered. You know what I'm saying? Or if you talk, and and you saying certain things, that'll let me know if you're a cool individual or not. That'll let me know if your heart is in the right place or not. You know what I'm saying? So it's funny that y'all are having this conversation about, the direction of the moon and the sun and all of that, because even when Mr. TruthTeller first came on the show and he started talking about the whole God body, like that, and the energies and stuff, I've always known it was something like that because for some reason I would have dreams about certain things that would end up happening later on. Don't know why it would happen. You know what I mean? Don't know where these dreams would come from, but it would happen. You know what I'm saying? I would be able to call out stuff before it happened. And I would be wondering, like, why is that? You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know what that is about, but it would scare me sometimes because it'd be like, I would want to be wrong about certain things that would come into tuition, but it would end up coming out just the way I thought about it, or just the way I envisioned it. It would always happen.
Hold on, Trouble. Firstly, somebody block Rich Poe. You keep on talking about this bullshit. I give you multiple chances. Go ahead and block Rich Poe. He the only one in here with that Satan shit. Block Rich Poe. Secondly, Zone Deuce, what's your YouTube?
My YouTube is the name Zone Deuce, and a lot of people can go on my Instagram right now on Zone Deuce. My YouTube is still under construction, so bear with me. It will be active very shortly, but y'all can follow up with me and stay up to date on Instagram. And if y'all care about Twitter too, Zone Deuce at Twitter.
And also, do not call my cell phone. Do not call the cell phone. The calling number is on the Patreon. Come on, y'all. We've been doing this long enough. Caller, do you have a question for Zone Deuce or Mr. TruthTeller?
Yeah, definitely. I want to ask, where do you see, like, what I'm saying, is it possible that, our people would be able to basically get in tune with our inner self at some point in time? I'm asking Mr. Truth because, like I said, Mr. Truth has actually gave me certain insight that I had already felt like, because I always questioned a lot of stuff. I questioned religion when I was 7 years old because I used to go to church a lot with my stepmother. You know what I mean? And even with natural disasters, I questioned that too.
So what was the direct question?
The question is that, do you think at some point in time our people will be able to basically tap in to the inner God that I heard you talk about?
Good question, Trouble. So he gonna answer your question. Let me get to the next caller.
Yes.
All right.
There is a certain time, and once we enter the Aquarian constellation fully, that's when it is prophesied that it will take place. That and the Rosicrucians, they mentioned that. Also, the Lamas from Tibet, they mentioned that around that time, once we enter the Aquarian constellation. In the Bible, Jesus gives reference to it, where he talks about the man by the well with a pitch in his hand, referring to Aquarius. this is when the Kundalini energy will rise. Okay, and once the Kundalini energy rise, some of us that don't have neuromelanin will burn into flames, like the Bible say, for a day coming that burneth as an oven. So some people gonna burn in the flame because they don't have neuromelanin. They have sulfur-melanin and the shit burn. So bottom line, if you can't take the rays coming from the outside sun, you ain't gonna be able to take the internal sun within you that's dormant, which is the Kundalini. So there is a set timer within the black melanated body that will awaken. Okay, and we will become the king of kings. So we will be, now when I say king of kings, this halo represents the zodiac signs. Okay, that's your crown. You run them, because over each zodiac, there is an archangel that rules over a certain zodiac. We know this shit. If you read the Lesser Keys of Solomon, you know that shit. Okay, and up under them, you got certain demonic, or what we call demons, which have totally been perverted. Okay, a lot of people don't know what the hell a demon is, because today in the Western Hemisphere, it's been totally twisted up. They think a demon is some crawling on the wall, turning their neck backwards and shit. That's not what a demon is. Period.
Hold on, TruthTeller. We got a call on the line. You on with Zone Deuce and Mr. TruthTeller. Did you have a question for him?
Yeah, well, kind of a questionnaire and a remark, because I was just wondering how y'all feel as far as like that when you're in school, they teach you about the Indians and any other place except for America, all the people, they show all the history of they using the stars to navigate and everything, just like they say the slaves was the North Star to run the fuck away and look at them constellations or whatever. At the same time, we learn that in school, but then when we go to that Christian church, they make it seem like anything that has to do with your signs or astrology or anything like that, voodoo, or you know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay, hold on. Let me zone in right quick on. Let me tell you why they say that shit. Because this is where your power lay at. Let's say you want to summon a deity. Let's say you want to conjure up a demon or a jinn or an angel. Well, you got to use the zodiac. See, I never said that the zodiacs weren't relevant. Okay, you have to, at a certain time, you have to use a candle. Certain time, depending on the position of like the stars and shit, you can conjure up a certain deity. You can find that out in the Lesser Keys of Solomon. You can also find that out, which is the Goation. You can find that out in that book. And it teach you how to, also another good book is by Franz Bardon, is the Evocation of Practical Magic. He teach you how to do it. So this is why they demonized.
But you got to make sure those books,
like that.
You got to make sure those books, again, at the root, are not from hellistic astrological books.
Like,
Franz Bardon is the brother of the light. So I'm pretty sure he knows what he's talking about. Shit, Adolf Hitler had Franz Bardon in prison to try to steal information from the brothers of light, but Franz Bardon will never get the information. That's why they torture the shit out of him. So if that don't tell you that his information is valid, I don't know what to tell you.
Caller, what were you saying?
Oh, I'm saying, like, I don't even believe when people be hollering voodoo and all that shit. I'm like, well, I have to base my family all the time, because I be saying, well, if them slaves wasn't drowned in the river to say Jesus is their savior and all that shit, we did come from that part of that religion. It just depends on what part of the continent you in, because black people move everywhere, and when they be doing them sacrifices and shit, they pray over everything they kill and then they eat it. You know what I'm saying?
You know what you're talking about.
And that's Babylonian. That was not original in Kemet. So again, this debate, how it ended up.
Shit, hold on. Let me say something. What he talking about, voodoo, that shit goes further back than Egypt. That shit go back to Sumeria and Atlantis.
But
even the Egyptians said this. They said Khnum formed man on a potter's wheel. But the Sumerian tablets say, the Sumerian tablets It tell you that Inky and Nancy, they took clay, they took blood, and they took spirit, and they mixed that shit together and molded man on earth.
And what I'm
That's
telling
some
you, and
voodoo shit.
what I'm telling you is all the civilizations you're talking about is younger than our original civilization. They switched it. So some of the information you're talking about is true, but I'm talking about that there's deeper stuff that is.
I'm talking about what we got documented. I don't know what you're talking about.
See, everything is documented, bro. I show books.
Well, what are you
All I'm
talking
saying
about?
is
They can go
you're
past the
talking
Sumerian
half
tablets.
truths. You're talking half truths because everything
That-
you say Sumeria. When you say Sumeria, Babel, anything you say is already in the Hellenistic state after the fall of Kemet, Ptolemy's rule. So what you're talking about is already half truth. It don't matter how
So
many
you mean-
times.
hold on,
It
hold on,
don't
let me say
matter.
this.
It don't
You
matter
mean to
how
tell
many
me-
times. It don't matter
you
how
mean
many.
to-
It don't. Please.
You mean to tell me that
Please,
wait a minute. You
it
mean
don't
to tell
matter
me,
how many times you overtalk me. It don't matter how many times you try to use references in books. I'm doing the same thing, but you're saying that your references in book oversees mine. When I'm telling you, when you're saying listen, French, Nordic, Austrian, Spanish, Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Moorish, Vandal eras, Holy Roman. Sumeria is part of that. Listen, Sumeria, Mesopotamia, Islamic, Western, Hindu, Chinese, Greeks, they all got the information from Kemet. All of the sacrificial stuff came after. We did not do that. So to
that's
say
not true. That's not true.
Hold
Not
on.
true.
The truth hold on. Zone. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Zone, you finish your statement, and after you're finished, TruthTeller, you will be able to rebut it. Go ahead, Zone. Go
Hold
ahead.
on, let me finish.
Okay.
I appreciate y'all answering that for me though.
in the beginning, bro, you switch, bro. And
Go ahead, Zone. Go ahead.
I gotta be honest. In the beginning, bro, I was with you. I said this is that. That's why I said I thought I was gonna go second because I already knew what state you was gonna come from. I already knew. And then as soon as I started making some points, you try to retract and try to window your way in there like, oh, I was with you, but this and this. That's why I went to the book in the beginning. And what you did this whole conversation, you reiterated everything that I already said was already the manipulated side, as you will. So during the duration of this whole stream, you kept saying, oh, yes, the Zodiac, it manipulates you. You got to be low vibration. Damn, low vibration. But right here, our people, our original people, before the takeover, when we was at the highest, they said that our history was going to get scattered. There's a lot of temples. You know about the temple of Dendera, the temple of Luxor. A lot of the temples our people have that they don't even talk about. You already know about the Olmecs. Did you know about the Cambodians that had the cornrows and the statues all black? The real melanated ones? They said Greek, Roman, Byzantine, Islamic, Moorish, Vandal, eras, Holy Roman, Christianized, everything, Mesopotamia, everything after that, even the Akashic records right here in the book. When they talk about how can you say Zodiacs, how can you go up in spirituality if you don't know yourself? The first thing we always talk about is know thyself. So if you're telling me that the Zodiacs manipulate us, and I'm saying they manipulate us if we don't know about them, but once we learn about them, they can't no longer manipulate you. They have to serve you. They have to serve you. And the invisible have to serve you. Our folks knew about this. So where are we going with this? It don't matter how many times you. It don't matter how many times you cut me off. Because my last piece. The truth matters is when I came on, I said I'm speaking from 2 points of references. The time before everyone knows and the time after. You stayed on the time after, bro. You can't make the time after go before the time of reference. We're here to teach people about the time before so they can add that into their spiritual journey to elevate, not be trapped, bro. You have to do that.
Okay, let me say this. Let me say this. He keep talking about some Hellenistic shit. That shit go way further back than that. That shit go back to Atlantis. Okay? Damn. Shit, that shit is in the Emblem tablets. It's in it. You ain't talking about shit with them books. That shit in the Emblem tablets. That shit predate that bullshit by about 50,000, 36 to 50,000 years ago. Ain't talking about shit. Okay? I'm just keeping it real with you. He ain't talking about shit. And then when it comes to voodoo, according to the ancients, is the essence of creation. I don't give a shit where you go. Even in the Emblem tablets, talking about motherfucking blood sacrificing and shit to summon low-dimensional beings from the abyss on this motherfucker. So I don't know what the hell you talking about.
Zone. Since we getting heated with the debate, when the other person talks, Zone, you're muted. You're muted. No one can hear you.
And then hold on. Let me say this right quick. Let me go and get this shit crystal clear. I came on here with the purpose of to let the people know that the Zodiac manipulate. I never denied astrology. I never denied the Zodiacs. Okay. All I'm talking about is that it can manipulate your ass if you low vibrate. If you vibrating high, a motherfucker can't manipulate your consciousness. The Zodiac can't manipulate no chakra centers. Okay? Can a motherfucker manipulate you? You operate, you move at will how you want to move. That's what I'm trying to say. That was my point and purpose of even talking about this here shit. Okay? So when you keep on pulling up your little book, that preschool Clifford the Big Red Dog ass shit, I'm talking about the Emerald tablets. That shit predate that shit by long ways. And then we talking about the Gnostic text. They ain't got nothing to do. That's way before some Hellenistic shit. Okay, so that shit come from the Atlanteans. Hey. You got to get some better I'm just keeping it real with you.
Now you're muted. Now you're muted. So, Mr. TruthTeller. All right, now.
Pick me.
Now you're
on
mute,
brother. I love you because this is a debate. At the end of the day, let's let the people know. This right here is for the people. You know what I'm saying? We're here to elevate the consciousness and all that. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I'm gonna be real with you, Mr. TruthTeller. I gave you too much respect in the beginning. I was being cordial and calm, but you full of bullshit, man. I'm gonna be real with you on this part. No. All respect. When I say, yeah, let me take that back. Because when we came on, the topic, you kept saying, you don't need Zodiacs, you low vibrational. When you start hearing me making sense, you try to switch it up, and I didn't say that. Let's be real. We adults. You don't, and you try to play a very weird game by word picking. We know what insinuation is. You was talking, insinuating certain things. So when I came with my backup in defense, you start getting defensive. And how can you say my books is elementary and baby, but they all talk about us? How you just said the other day, oh, you got an $800 book. Damn, you got I don't play with this shit. I know the knowledge. This whole debate is not to say people, he's wrong. He don't know what he's talking about. No, you're right. But there's a point that you're wrong. You cannot be as spiritually high as you think you are because you got egoism. The book said it too. You have to understand. Listen. How do you the art of war? You got to understand your enemy to know what game you playing. So why are you telling people to stay away from a certain side so they can still be getting used by a side they don't know? That don't make sense off the top. Instead of saying, okay, let's learn the Zodiacs. Let's know what it is so you cannot be manipulated. We already know we've been divided. We know we lost our language. We already know we lost a lot of things. So the one thing that we can really stick on and learn, yes, if you learn the Zodiac on one thing, take it too heavy, it's components, different components. But you cannot say spiritually ascending and the Zodiac is low vibrational. That in itself just shows you cannot. You said it earlier, bro. You're not gonna sit here, bro. You're not gonna sit here and say that I'm putting words in your mouth. I specifically listen and I observe. And yes, there may be specific wordings, but you know your insinuations. We're adults. We're not elementary, middle school where I didn't say that word. I didn't use that word. You know the insinuations. If you're going to be a scholar, let's really be scholar. We're doing knowledge. Everything that you said, I have it from R. Waller. R. Waller, R.A. Waller, the Slugabits. And the only reason why I'm having all my books in reference, the people don't know me. So if I'm going to speak, I at least got to give them some type of reference. They already know you, brother. So at the same time, I'm not going to allow you just to sit here and, oh, your baby elementary. You're already showing your character without even really showing your character. That part of you is you're belittling me. I never belittled you until you started doing that shit after. But the whole time you kept, that. But at the end of the day, this is good because, again, the nature of what we're talking about, I don't have no negative feelings about you. I know you ain't got no negative feelings about me. We're just talking just to improve the people and the state of our people. But to keep reiterating the Zodiacs are evil, Archons this, Archons that, bro. You're all you're doing is you're working for the Caucasians, bro, because you're keeping people away from the information that they can really go ahead. Guess what? Energy, if you study energy, you know energy. That's why they tell you to know yourself. The first parts of truly elevating, you have to know yourself, and you have to also know you have to pass your traumas, your fears and doubts and insecurities. You can't have none of that inside of you. And guess what? Energy can corrode you by your fears, doubts, and trauma. Dark energy, light energy of anything. Light energy, dark energy is all how you use it with the intention. So
Okay,
to
can I
say,
say something, please?
oh, hold on, I'm almost finished. So to say that the Zodiacs is finished and the light this, the light that, the light this, you're missing the balance. There's a sun and the moon. There's times when you're fully charged, when you're not charged. So that aspect of you is in the darkness in order for you to have reference points, in order for you to have a balance. How can you have a balance when there's stuff that's over here that exists? That's like they always say, just because you don't believe it don't mean it can't happen. So people have to know these things. How can our people wake up with their clock if they don't even know certain things they need to know? Or if they wake up, why I'm feeling like this, why I'm feeling like that, they don't know because, oh, you're this and this and this and all these elements. And come on, man. We have to be truthful and let the people know we have to guide them to all the reference points and everything. You keep saying hellistic astrology and this. That's a very critical point. This whole world, the way it is currently, is because of hellistic astrology. And how the hell you want to get back to the golden age of astrology if you don't even want to get to the golden age of the Zodiacs when we had it at that time? I'm done. I love you though.
Okay, let me get this. Let me get this straight.
Just for the people to know. You know what I'm saying?
I'll let you go.
All right. Both of y'all are muted. Everybody's muted right now. First thing, anybody in the comments that says anything disrespectful about anybody on this screen, I'm not giving no warning shots. You will be blocked from the channel, and you'll have to make another channel in order to comment again. We're not having that. I don't give a fuck how passionate these brothers get about what they're doing. You muted. Everybody's muted on Deuce. Everybody's muted. No. Everybody's muted. Hold on. I need to talk to the crowd. Anybody in the comments that disrespects anybody on it, you can say, hey, I don't agree with that point because of this, that's fine. But if you start calling anybody up here out of their name, you're blocked. These men have studied, obviously, for years, and they're giving information. I don't give a fuck how passionate they get. I'll handle the moderation. Y'all don't lose what the fuck is going on. We three black men up here on a fucking Sunday night. Everybody has kids. Everybody has other shit they can be doing. And these men are up here not only giving y'all information, but getting so passionate about the information. So all of my moderators in the building, we don't give no warning shots for disrespect for the men on stage. We show love to Zone Deuce. We show love to Mr. TruthTeller because they're passionate about something other than bitches, hoes, and money, cars, and clothes. They're passionate about information, and that should be commended, not talked about. So that's that. I don't. You let them. As you hear them talking, they have not disrespect each other. They're talking about scholarship. They're speaking about scholarship. They're not saying, you fuck nigga, I wish any bitch out. Niggas ain't on that tip. They're speaking passionate about things that they have learned and they've studied for years. That's why they're being passionate. You in the comment section have no fucking right to speak to them in any disrespectful manner. I don't. So Organic Soul Gumbo and every Trouble Soul, why the fuck ain't you a moderator? I don't know what other moderators are in here. I don't know what other moderators are in here, but all I see is Organic Soul Gumbo. But I'm about to tell them to take weapons off safety and just start knocking motherfucker down. Don't let me because I got the power now over here to delete you from the channel permanently. So y'all don't get too crazy. They can get as passionate and crazy as they want. Don't do no disrespecting. And these is my people. These people up here on my accord. So you disrespecting them, that's making me look bad. So let's just get that understand. All right, it's on you, Mr. TruthTeller. When the other person is talking, the other person will be muted. So if one person's talking, other person needs to know that they are muted. Let's go, Mr. TruthTeller.
Okay, just let me go and straighten this out right quick.
Okay.
I wasn't being egotistical or belittling you. I was belittling the information. Okay, because what I was talking about was far older than that book that you present. That's all that was. And I never said that the Zodiacs were low vibration. I said they can influence us or manipulate us if we are vibrating low. Damn, I held that thought for a long ass time now. I wanted to touch on that because you put words in my mouth. Okay, I ain't got nothing but respect for you. You research, you do you doing what the average black person ain't doing. You reading. I can't do nothing but respect you. Okay, all I'm saying is this. Hey, that's what's up. Shit, I got over $5,000 worth of books. But that's what's up. I congratulate you. But anyway, all I'm saying is this. We're going to disagree somewhere. We might agree somewhere, you know. But my point is this. They can manipulate. I never disagreed as far as like, astrology isn't real. The Zodiacs bullshit. I never said none of this. That's okay. Like for real, look, this is not even my strong point. This ain't my strong point. But I know enough to know that the Zodiacs can influence. Okay. Hey, let them back in. If you want to go back and forth, we can.
No, and that's why I kept shaking my head. I'm not being sarcastic. I mean, I'm not being sarcastic. I'm not being funny. I'm dead ass. I agree with you. Just like I said, that's why in the very beginning I said, if we're gonna go into this, we got to break down what is a zodiac, because I already knew. I swear, before we even got to the, I knew the angle. Once the question, I knew the angle was gonna come at. I was like, okay, so
yeah, because we previously had a conversation, of course, and I knew the angle you was gonna come at.
Yeah. So then for me, I was like, all right, I'm the type of guy I don't shun. I don't believe in shunning no one's mind or shunning no one's work. So that's why I'm not gonna come here and say you're wrong. For me to say you're wrong, I'm discrediting your life, your experiences, your work, all that. All I'm doing is adding on and giving more light of information to what we didn't know. And that's something we're not used to seeing in society at all.
What I want to know is what makes one book more credible than the other. Let me get you first on what makes one book more credible than another book. What if two books are made around the same time but say different things? What makes this book more credible than this book?
It's not the credibility of the book, and that's why. And I'm glad you said that, because I never shot the credibility of the book. I never shot the credibility of your book or anything or your sources. As a matter of fact, just like I said, just because I came in and I started showing all of the sources already. Some of these books right here are not usually like, these books are very old. They are very old. Like my books are, I don't know when you're talking about my books are not old or anything. Look, this is the dictionary. This is I dropped everything in my room. This is the Encyclopedia of Ancient Deities. This breaks down every single god, deity, demon, devil known in every single time. And it gives you all their names and all their breakdowns so you can connect where they came from, their origins, their history, all that. This book was $500. This book, The Temple of Man, was a special order. I got this book in 2012. I paid $500 for this book in 2012 too. Temple of Man, this is the sciences of our people, of what they studied. I'm not reading no regular, you know what I'm saying? This right here is Project MK Ultra Instinct, mind and the control of the technologically, how they can artificially manipulate you through electronics and through technology that's been prior before. This book, I mean, do I gotta keep showing? These are some books that's not easily able to find. Some of these references, you got to go to different states. I'm from DC, brother. I'm from the East Coast. To get some of this information and knowledge, I had to go far west. Some of the stuff I'm telling you about, the same stuff we talk about, I wouldn't get on here to give discreditability on anything. As a matter of fact, if you look at everything, everything is how our people, everything that our people have broken up in all different books, broken up. So everything, everything, we all sing this one, but the secret was derived from some of these ancient texts. So so when you say the credibility of the books, yes, but when you try to say Akashic records and the Emerald tablets and I have the same records and the chords that you have. Maybe one of the book of references, brother, and if you want to, I could forward you the book. The Temple of Man is a two volume book, and there's a lot of books that's only made. Let me just go real quick through the there's a lot of books that's made subsidiaries from this book. If we go to part 1, chapter 1, consciousness and irrefutable magnitudes. Consciousness and irrefutable magnitudes. Then you got your symbolic, the magical character in your symbols. You have how the Zodiacs is in here. They talk about the pharaoh, the pharaohic trigonometry, pharaohic calculations, foundations of pharaohic mathematics, the golden rule. Everything we talk about is directly in the source of the book to mathematics and sciences. So when you talk about study, brother, I had this book in 2012. I studied. Just because my articulation is not of a Dr. Umar or of, you know what I'm saying? Because I may not know the words off the top of my head. That's because it shows you I don't sit down and read the books fully. I live this shit, brother. I literally went from the East Coast to West Coast to live this shit. Like experience, to put myself in certain conditions where I have to trust the spirituality, lived it in order to get my own direct experiences, because there's so many sources and reference sources of people. Remember and you might agree with me this, the it's trying to block me right now. The Pope. So you know you know what I'm saying with the Pope.
What you trying to say? What you trying? Is it somebody's name?
Nah, the Pope, he has a what's it called? Long story short, all the knowledge of all the civilizations, all the cultures. The Vatican. Some of these books, okay. Did you know if you a Mason, a lot of people talk about Freemasonry, but a lot of people do not become Masonic librarians, where you have the authorization to go a lot of places and obtain certain information. Our Raleigh the Sludabis was one of them. And I'm pronouncing his name wrong because I don't know how to pronounce it, but he was one of them to put this in. This is a book you study. You read it once, twice. You will not digest the information. You have to study it, read it, get through. So I just want you to know when we debate or have debates, you're not just talking to, my appearance may look a certain way, but you're not talking to just a dumb nigga just watch YouTube and learn this shit a long time ago. You hear a lot of people say grand rising. It's not grand rising. I created that back in 2015 on Instagram. I said great rising. Why? Because when you rise, what are you? That's your reincarnation, your birth. You're reliving again. There's always a new day, new energy, new elements to live. Somebody infiltrated that and say grand rising. Whenever you go into grand, what is grand? That's the supreme game. That's like the only one time, so you're subconsciously, it's a spell subconsciously saying, oh, grand rising. Today is the only time that this is going to be able to happen. So now you put yourself in the spell that the rest of days ain't going to go. But I'm the one that originated grand rising. That's why nobody know how to say good evening. Set how to set. And other things, because I never put that out. So I'm saying, brother, I'm not an Instagram social media type guy. I've never been that. I've been had the knowledge. I've been got the music. I could have been the next Drake musically on some real shit. But all this knowledge, when this is just my story, just me real quick. You know what I'm saying? I had my experiences in life, and then I always thought outside of the Catholic Church, the Christian Church, always. Because I always thought like, well, in the Bible it says, ye need a mustard seed of faith. It was like the answers were right in the book, but people couldn't see the coding. So I'm like, you know what, there has to be another way. So long story short, I actually went on my real journeys. I left home. I left home a long time ago. I really had all my journey, up and downs, all that, but everything I'm talking about is direct experiences. Yeah, direct experiences. I could tell you about some shit that people won't even believe about in the astral realm and all type of stuff. But my last thing is I don't want to be discredited, and I'm just letting people know that I'm not creditable. You know what I'm saying? I'm credible. All this is self-taught. Like, again, a lot of Dr. Sebi. Hold on, I'm gonna show you real quick. Dr. Sebi, when he was alive, the mucusless diet everyone talked about, I did that for years. I was a vegan, mucusless. You want to know about having real superpowers when your body has real superpowers and everything? I could tell you about that. You talk about mucusless and vegan shit. I'm really telling you. Look at all the mucusless shit. I ain't about to go through those spirulina. Like, a nigga lived this, but I lived this. Niggas copy me. A lot of rappers that come out here, they copy me. Oh, we spiritual now. They copy me. And that's not to brag, but that's just saying, that's like saying if you find gold, you find pots of gold. There are people, and that's why I wanted to tell you, the Zodiac originally, you're right, but there are people that have corroded the gold to make it work for themselves. I never said you was wrong. I just said you, instead of saying that it's bad for us and it can manipulate you, that is true, but it cannot manipulate you no more if you learn about it. Nothing can hurt you or harm you if you are present of what is harming you. That's my whole debate.
All right,
you're not wrong, brother.
Let's let TruthTeller come on in.
Thank you. But I got
one second. High voltage. Comments not good for you, AyO. That right there will get you blocked, my nigga. You know how much I love my comments. You better stop that shit. Reed Rella says smoking and drinking allows demon to take over your vessel. I'm so glad. Now, when you say stuff that I said, you got to make sure that you credit me and write AyO Consaco. But you're gonna have to respond to this, a Deuce, because they're saying that you're having ego by trying to make yourself credible. So you'll have to explain that on your next time around. Mr. TruthTeller, it's on you. Let's go.
Okay, what makes these books credible? Let's go into that.
Yes.
It's the age of the book, really. It's the age of the civilization. It's the accuracy as far as people that have tried what's in the books. Did it actually work? Okay, that's what makes these books credible. It's not so much, well, in a way it is. I'm gonna say this. I don't want to get this wrong. Also, what makes these books credible, it depends on the person. It depends on the person. Okay, it depends on their morality. It depends on if they, let's say, because all these ancient books, of course, they're written by what we call today black people. You got some racist people, Caucasians or whoever it may be. They'll, add some shit in there, diligently revise it and alter it, So if you really want to get something that's credible, you have to find those type of scholars that told it as it was. People like Gerald Massey, Albert Churchward, Count C. Bonet, they left it all intact. Because how do I know this? Because they gave reference to the original people of the planet. You see, like in Anacaleptics, Godfrey Ray Higgins, he'll tell you flat out, the Buddha was black, the original Christ is black. That's so, and it's just based off common sense. We know in the ancient world that it was Egypt that educated the world. We know that shit. Okay, that's in ancient Egypt, light of the world. You can find all type of information on the Zodiacs, whether it be in The Secret Doctrine by Helen Blavatsky, also the book I just mentioned, The Secret, Ancient Egypt, Light of the World. There's so many books concerning the Zodiacs. Even in the Emerald tab, they talk about the Zodiacs. In the Gnostic text, of course. And I can go on about the Zodiacs, but what I'm trying to say is what makes these books credible is the age and the morality of the person that actually interpreted the books. That's what makes them accurate. And also, when you put it into action, that's what makes it accurate, if it actually works. Now, I know the Emerald Tablet is accurate. Shit. Because the shit I tried in the Emerald Tablets, it worked. That's how I was able to actually raise my Kundalini. If you go to the last chapter in the Emerald Tablets called Secret of Secrets, try it. But I have two versions of the Emerald Tablets. And in one version, there's a word, like they switch up this word, right? And one, is a word. It's like elegant nuva, where you repeat it over and over. You do this meditation. But then in a more revised version, it's just like elegant. And I noticed, I was like, damn, how come these words different? That's all it takes to short circuit your power, right? As far as these words of power, it's just cut off them. Just a little bit of it. That's all it takes. And when they revise some shit, they're gonna change some shit. Okay, we know that. So I got 2 versions of the Emerald tablets. Yeah, I just wanted to get that out of there. Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you letting me on your channel, man.
Oh no, you good. You good. I'm over here. I'm over here listening. I'm still trying to get this other phone online, but that's what it's about, because that is that's a big deal. Is what book is credible? Like, how do I know that this book is credible? How do I know that this book is something that is right, and what makes it right? So that's a big deal. But as I said, I want y'all to as you're watching this, you have to take pieces and listen. And I wanted to have both sides of it here so that you can get a better view of what does a person believe, why do they believe this, how did it come to be like this. You need to know those things. I watch debates on Sinetta's channel all the time about the Bible and the Hebrew Israelites and Kemet and what is that? The Sumerian texts and the Moors and shit like that. And with me is I like to watch debates, because right then and there I can see the other side of the argument. I get to see what both sides agree with, and so both sides agree that this piece of information is true, and that's where I can find my truth. So once again, big shout out to Deuce and Mr. TruthTeller for coming on and putting that down. We are definitely going to have more debates as we now see that Zone Deuce isn't just some dude, and I wanted to make sure that people saw that. I don't bring no slouches on this platform, not in any level. If you hear a person's music here, you know it's going to be good. If you hear them talking here, you know they got something to say. You know what I'm saying? We don't do anything here for any other reason than to bring you the information or to bring you something that you need to see. So shout out to both these brothers. Zone Deuce is going to have his channel up and running by next week. So get over there, go ahead and get subscribed so that you can get those videos from them. I'm gonna be working with them also, so you're gonna have a lot of good stuff over there. Y'all already know Mr. TruthTeller been giving y'all good work and stuff like that. His episode on the Patreon is still up. All you gotta do is go to the Patreon, go to my page and search Mr. TruthTeller. As we have it, man, we're going to continue to push and try to uplift you guys. As you know, the feds pretty much drove Bobby underground, Bobby Bumani. I had to make sure I brought y'all knowledge. And, I love bringing people here that are more intelligent than myself so that we can all learn. Because as I listen to the debate, I'm learning from it. I love to hear people speak on things that they know about, and even more, I like to hear them speak about things that they know about that concerns me. As far as listening to the horoscopes and paying them any mind, that was never in my nature, because I felt like the horoscopes were too broad. They said things that could apply to anybody pretty much. And I feel like to get anything real, you have to go deep into a whole nother situation. Reading a horoscope out of a newspaper, I knew it was something deeper than that. And Zone Deuce brought it out saying that it's not just about your sun sign, it's about your moon sign also. So it's a lot of this stuff. And like I said, we're going to continue to bring it, man. Zone Deuce, could you give them your Instagram one more time? And Mr. TruthTeller, you do the same thing before we get out of here?
Yeah. So everyone can go follow me on IG at ZONEDUECE all together. Again, ZONEDUECE. And then before I get off real quick, I just want to say, hey, Mr. TruthTeller, I love you, brother. This was a great debate. For real, like real talk. I'm so appreciative for you. Big homie AyO, thank you, man. Because to be honest, you are the first person that I've actually been able to put everything up to test. There's been people I've met over the years, and certain things here, certain things there. It's like, okay, they got me, and then it's like, oh no. It's like, this was a great debate. You helped me sharpen myself up, sharpen my lingo, expect me to know what to expect. You know what I'm saying? So for real, I really appreciate it. And I want the people to know that just because two passionate men, especially black men, are talking, or we get loud, it doesn't mean that it's animosity, that it doesn't mean the energy switch, like our thoughts change. That's what scared many other cultures of us. We can get loud and excited and not be angry, and they're like, damn, they got a lot of energy radiating. They're not even in wartime. So we have to reestablish the fact that us as a people, we have morals, we have values, and we have compasses throughout everything, throughout slavery and throughout before. And we're going back to the age before slavery, but we need the information and the knowledge and everything. That's why I love this debate. You have the pieces to the puzzle. I have some pieces to the puzzle. We don't have all the answers, but when we get together, it makes more sense. I love brothers. Love.
Go ahead, Mr. TruthTeller.
Right. I'm known as Mr. TruthTeller. You can just go on my YouTube channel. My work speaks for itself. If you want root information, come check it out. I'm going straight to the root of the tree. I'm snatching the shit out the ground. That's just how I go. And I'm coming with documents every time. If I say some shit, trust me, I got some documents to back it up on your ass. I'm just keeping it real with you.
Oh, definitely.
I'm coming with, I'm not, look, I didn't mentally design myself to call myself Mr. TruthTeller for nothing. If I don't know it, I'm going to tell you, I don't know that shit. Because my ego is gone. I've been destroyed that motherfucker. Okay? Like, all you see is just passion and information. There's no ego. I don't care less about the ego. Matter of fact, I even got videos banging on the ego. I got many videos. Okay? But yeah, if you really want some facts and some solid documents, yeah, go check me out. Go on my YouTube channel.
Yours gotta get a little elbow in there, TruthTeller.
Yeah.
Hey, look,
I say one thing. I say one thing. Real quick.
Hold up, Zone. Let me say this.
Okay. I got you.
If you are, how can I put this? I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings.
No. It's no.
Let me just say this. I'm just keep blunt. We grown. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean,
if you are mentally incarcerated with religion, my channel might frustrate the hell out you. Because I go into the origin of religion. I go into how it was made to control the masses. But what I mainly talk about on my channel is the occult, the hidden, the esoteric knowledge. That's what I mainly talk about. So if you vibrating on that level, it's for you. If you ain't, don't come on my channel now. Because it ain't for you. You got to be vibrating past just what you see with your day-to-day eye. This is not the all of the all. This is an illusion. Because the physical brain, that motherfucker ain't real. He gonna die, turn to some maggots and shit. Okay? It's not real. I'm gonna give it to you like this right quick. So y'all get a brief summary of how I operate on my channel. Physical brain is an illusion. It's not real. And an illusion is something that appears, but it soon fades away. Something that is real, it continues, it goes. Your soul is real. Physical body is not real. The physical brain is not real. Okay? Everybody you seeing, this shit is an illusion. I don't give a shit what to say. This is just something your soul wants to experience so that it can evolve. There is no such thing. I'm going to give it to you like this. All these religions we were taught about. Damn, I don't know if I should say this or not. I don't know
You
shit I
should.
say tonight.
You
You know what I'm
should.
saying? This, all the religion we will talk about is fragments of your spirituality. But it has been perverted to religions. It's bullshit. Okay? Because look, when you go to sleep at night, guess what you visit? The spirit realm. You don't visit a religion. That's how you know religion is not given by the creator to you.
Can I
It's
add
just that
something?
simple.
Can I add something to that?
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hey, look, whoever the fuck that nigga was, trying to promote his page. Look, my nigga, that's the fucking problem. Like, dog, listen to me. If you're trying to get a fan base, if you're trying to promote yourself, then holler at me about the YouTube class. Holler at me about promotion. Don't come in the comment section talking, hey man, check me out, man. You won't regret it. Dog, please. And for you fucking rappers, dog, oh my God. Listen, nobody wants to hear your fucking music. Dog, I don't, it's been an influx. Like usually it's just 20, you know what I'm saying, niggas and shit like that. But now it's just like it's like 20 a day now. Rappers sending me their fucking, what is that? Sending me their fucking music. Like, dog, nobody wants to hear that shit. You just, hey man, I thought you would like this. Let me see if I can find one, because I got to talk this shit. Let me see if I can't find this shit. Nigga just sending you fucking raps. Like, dog, nobody want to hear that shit, dog. Nobody want to hear that shit. Like, and so if you trying to get some promotion, of course, when you go look for them, you can't never find them. But if you want some promotion, if you're trying to get your shit off the ground, dog, the correct way to do it is you come in somebody's inbox and you ask, how much is it for feedback? That's it. Yeah, of course I can't find it now. I probably blocked the motherfucker. You come in somebody's inbox and you say, hey, how much is it for feedback? If you feel like the person you're sending your music to is influential enough for you feel like it's an honor for them to hear your shit, ask them, hey, how much is it for the easiest way to get blocked is for you as a rapper is to send you a fucking video, an unsolicited video in their inbox. That's the quickest way to get fucking blocked. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You're going to have to pay people to listen to your music online. It's that much music out here. Nobody, when they see your shit on the timeline, they scroll right past it. Nobody wants to hear it. You're going to have to build your fan base, period. I can't believe niggas is still doing that shit. Man, dog, what is this? Oh, man, that's my music. Why did you send it to me? I figured you might want to hear some good. No, I don't. You figured wrong. I don't want to hear that shit, my nigga. You know how many people out here do music? That's the attitude of every person in America. Nobody wants to hear no local rapper, especially the local rapper that comes in their inbox posting a fucking video. Stop that shit, dog. You ass. Hey, man, how much for feedback? Just come on, man. That shit annoying as fuck. God damn. And I just nigga come out shit to us, hey, man, check my shit up, man. Dog. Hey, yo, what's the PayPal? How much does it cost for feedback? That's how you get somebody to holler at you. Other than that, niggas ain't on that shit, dog. Come on with that shit. But no, I didn't want to mess up y'all conversation. But you know, like I said, this is what we need. Like more conversations like this where we're talking about something that is at a high frequency, at a high vibration. That's why, you know, I had to give y'all the floor. Because I'm nowhere near you guys as far as intellectually and the scholarship y'all have. So we're definitely gonna have y'all back, and I want to give y'all a more physical debate next time as far as a question of why are we seeing such an influx in looks like. It looks like demon possession, ignorance in our community. Why are we seeing such an influx? Is it are we aligned with some? Because shout out to Big C. Big C said he thinks we're going through a fucking rift in the universe where we're just caught in some fucking I don't even know what you call it, but something in the universe where we just it's the
Portal.
violent streak. So we'll talk about that next time. I appreciate y'all for coming out. I appreciate everybody for showing love and coming out and fucking with us. Y'all make sure y'all hit the PayPal and the Cash App to donate so we can continue to do this. Rappers, entertainers, people who trying to get to YouTube off the ground, or business owners, holler at me on the Instagram or the email. It's always in the description box. And we'll talk about that. Y'all know that the YouTube class is $3,000 until June. It'll be going to $5,000. Promotion starts at $300 for rappers, $200 for business owners. So y'all holler at me. Let me know what's going on with y'all. Zone, I appreciate you. Mr. TruthTeller, I appreciate you. I'm gonna hit y'all after the show. I see y'all in a minute. Love.
All right. Peace.
All right, Mr. Truth. All right, yeah.
I see y'all.
Oh yeah. Kid one down the track, dog. Fang the stain down. Bishop James. Rest in peace to the Tennessee. Hold up. Yeah. I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city, so we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city, the flame of the city, the flame of the city. Wow, yeah. Dry tears run down, only I can see them. My smile ain't for real, only my mama see it. A city flame in a third world. Heat on, cause I need to live long in this cold world. Certified style, was a wild child. Burned down the whole town, like whoa now. Set tripping when the X kick in. I'm working hard like a Mexican, and I'd rather be alone right now. But every girl in my phone hold me down. Rock with me, I be on loud. We styrofoam, $200 cologne, like Sweet Jones. Yeah, and when you call on me, I'll be there. It feel good, cause I'm living as the flame of the city. Yeah, I'm the flame of the city. The flame of the city, so we speak the language of the air. I'm the flame of the city, flame of the city, the flame of the city. Wow. Yeah, I still
Remember, you can get the any watch off of the Omen Watch, OmenTimepiece.com. You get anyone off of there for a discount. Use NAB free at your checkout. You can pay in Bitcoin. They got payment plans over there. Anytime that you support them, you're supporting me. So make sure you fuck with them. It's heavy, man. Like I said, big shout out to them. Y'all know Omen Watch is the first people who took the chance on us as far as a big company showing love and shit like that. So y'all make sure y'all, and like I said, these bitches is heavy. You know what I'm saying? Like this some shit that a bitch see this shit and she know you smell good. So make sure you fuck with them. And shout out to that boy Key West. That nigga got something going.
Y'all, I done seen it all. Not surprised when they show me they fake. They say it's love, but don't know what it take. How you want love, but don't know what it take.
See, I think we got one.
Go, brand new apartment, I'ma still trap out it. Told the bitch I just want the head, nobody. Then told my girl I ain't fucking nobody. Dope game hit and get a whip, customize it. Trophy in the street, throwing tent on the Mazzy. Used to eat the ramen noodles with the hot pocket. All the fame cap when they rapping my bodies. Rappers ain't drop shit but hot garbage. Came with a broom, send him to the room. You reach for my chain, you gon' hear a boom. I know what's up next, I'ma zoom. So stop all that faking shit, tell the truth. I gotta keep my circle like the dot on the eye. Can't let them play me like a fool. I be the hottest out in like a couple months and they'll still hate on what I do. I drove the hot car through the ghetto, the police arrest. We still making moves. We did a whole lot just to get off the ground with this shit. Now I'm breaking it through. She wanna fuck the game cause the chain's hitting every angle. She say it look cool. She did a whole thing in like half a night. I go in, I be up before 2. All in the studio, sipping on toxic. My body get numb when I'm off the narcotics. Money the only thing get me excited. I be in my zone all alone on this island. Supposed to be doing lifetime locked away, but I made it a game of survival. Yeah, we had better days. I can't say what I seen and I never could tell on my rivals. Just keep it quiet. Creep on the slow, put the splat in the dry. Wait till you see a body outside. You ain't gon' see nobody outside. They do a lot of hate when I slide. They think I'm insane, I'm not lying. I just be popping perkins to the mind. Sipping expensive taste, this ain't wine. Yeah, pain in my soul I can't take. Mud in my drink, Percocet to the face. I never trust them, I know they be fake. Probably why I never take her on dates. Pablo Escobar, I really do damage while toting the Drake. I know the odds be scarred, that's why they be hating, they stuck in one place. I tried to Pablo, I'm not a role model. I roll with some models and get them all baked. We smoking Zion in the back of the Uber, I'm telling you, this not your regular vape. I got the weight of the world on my shoulders, I try to be positive, sometimes I can't. That little boy mentioning me and my brother, that little boy in trouble, we gon' get him spanked. A lot of scars on a broken heart, came from love and hard, not the same. Trapping the credit far, we been going hard on that boulevard with the gang. I can't be mad at y'all, I done seen it all. Not surprised when they show me they fake. They say it's love, but don't know what it take. How you want love, but don't know what it take. I'm going out with my dogs and all, I'm sliding, we tinted on the interstate. Don't try to act like you bout what you say, but I know that you not, that don't make it okay. She just don't give up that kitty to no little kids ain't stressing, I tell her I'm straight. They tell I'm sorry, I ain't mean it. Had to fuck on this bitch in this place, yeah. 5% tenant, we buy murder business, we up at it spinning, not leaving the witness. They talk like they with it, the shoot I go down and they never be in it. You not in the trenches, cameras and robbers be riding with me and it's nothing. This hustling, we came up from nothing. Pull up on him and ain't never gonna be a discussion. I'm clutching, I see him, I'm buzzing. If she ain't bougie, she ain't mine, dawg. I don't care what she say, man, she lying, dawg. Pablo Escobar fucked up my wrist, got another bitch tryna come fuck, I just line them up. They keep tryna come look at my blunt, I don't fuck with that stuff, cause this weed get me high enough. In my feelings, if I call you out on some shit, I'm just saying you gotta stop trying stuff. Ain't no comparison, I drop out, you pick him up and carry him. In my city, rock out like a band, remember the plan, he play, we gon' perish him. All them times all alone, I just get in my zone, I remember them times, I cherish them. Making plays on the phone, I'm not tryna go home, I'm not running the race, it's a marathon.
Key West, you spell that like you spell key. Like the key to code. Or like the key that open your door. And then West, like W-E-S. W-E-S. Y'all make sure y'all fuck with that boy. That song was called Lot of Scars. I can tell that motherfucker gonna be requesting that bitch for a while now. That nigga got a vibe on him. He definitely got a vibe on him. Y'all handle business. I'll see y'all in a minute. Love, love.